So I'm really fucking not feeling so good. Hopefully I'm not, I mean, I know I'm sick. I just don't know, like, hopefully my body fights it off. Um, the reason I'm making this is because of something else I remembered when I told you this. I already said the story about, you know, the two people coming out of the woods and was like, yo, dude, like, that's what I'm saying, man. The people that appeared out of nowhere, like that story, like that's what I'm talking about, because the thing that I did not realize at the time, in other words, a group of people, we all go to smoke a blunt. I remember there being 2 carloads worth of us, and we went to a place that was really quiet, which I didn't even realize, like, is, so in other words, the place that they came out the woods is over here. This is like right here. We're smoking a blunt. And there was a person with me that kept talking about her missing dog. She lost a dog, and you know, it's been a couple months and blah blah blah. Something. And she's searching the side of the fucking fence in the work yard. And she came across a vertebrae about the size of a pinky, curled up. And she's like, I knew it. And then she comes across 2 other, what looked like chicken bones. Really small chicken bones, like smaller than like a, yo, what looks like chicken bones. So we get done smoking the blunt and we get the fuck out of there. Actually, we get the fuck out of there probably before we get done smoking the blunt. And we're driving, and everybody gets dropped off, and then she's talking to me, and she goes, Anthony, she's like, do you know what this is? And I said, well, I'm guessing it's a vertebrae, right? Because it was a vertebrae. But she goes, look at the size. I'm like, yeah, what does it belong to, like a dog? You know? She got so fucking mad at me. It's not even funny. Like, because at that point I'm joking, and I don't realize what the fuck is really going on. And she gets so fucking pissed at me, and then she's like, yeah, blah 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 blah, whatever. And she takes the 2 what look like chicken bones, and she leaves the one thing, and she's like, I want you to think about this. And she puts it in the fucking, my console of my car. And she takes the chicken bones. The next day, the next morning, a person approaches me and says, where the fuck is it? I'm like, where the fuck is what, man? Alright? He's like, where the fuck is, this is, yo, man. And fucking, he goes in the console, and he sees it, and he pulls it out. He's like, do you have any fucking idea what this is? And I'm like, a vertebrae. I'm thinking it's from a dog. Okay? He goes, this vertebrae, look at the size of it. He goes, you know, this belongs to, and I don't remember if he said a 50 to 70 pound or a 60 to 80 pound girl. And I'm like, holy shit. I'm like, is this guy fucking for real? That had to be before. Because then, when I got the job, I was showed the machine that crushes rocks. And I wasn't even thinking at this point in time, like, I really wasn't. I don't know what to say. Like, I was not thinking at all. They wanted to open up their own cement company. As far as, like, making cement, right? And they were using the fucking machine to crush the rocks. No, they were using the machine to crush the little fucking bones of the little kitties. You see, I didn't even realize that, and maybe that kept me fucking a little bit safe. The guy completely overworked me. Completely told me how his kids were gonna fuck a little pop star. Like, his kids. Like, I was like, wow, man, dude, this is getting fucking, wow. Wow, man. Wow, man. You know, it's funny because then all of a sudden, like, I overhear conversations while I'm working there and how they're gonna sell the woodland area to a fucking business and let the guy build a fucking a warehouse or something on it, and fucking how the crew that they're gonna use is gonna be a different crew, but they're gonna let the crew that they use use the equipment in the yard. Just in case they find anything, that shouldn't be there. They could be exempt from, the actual, like, contracts, So if the people open their mouth about anything that's found on the fucking property, it would just be linked right to them, right? As far as paperwork goes. Then as far as the fucking machines go, they were like, you can use the equipment. Now, I heard all of this over the course of, like, a few days, bits and pieces here and there. Because they had already taken, from what I could gather through the other people that were aware of the situation, they had already taken things and moved them to another section of the fucking woods. Now, around about this time, this is when I'm literally on that fucking road, smoking a joint to myself in peace and quiet. And two people come out of the fucking woods. Now, dude, all I know is that fucking this all happened somewhat in about around the same time. I don't know if it was separated by 6 months. I don't know what the fuck it was separated by. I don't know. Dude, I don't think I would have been there after the fucking... You know what? I don't even fucking know anymore. You know what? With this one, yo... $50 to 70 pound little girl. Vertebrae. About like that. Was the other ones. I don't know what the fuck else to say. I really don't. I remember how they were like, oh, and then blah, blah, blah. If anything is found, it will fall back on the person that's building the fucking warehouse that's on that property and blah, 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 blah. Because they were trying to set up what I'm guessing because of somebody going down and going too far and saying, oh yeah, blah, blah, blah. And then I heard that so-and-so bought this piece of land, and it's like, oh, that person, huh? It's like, still had no fucking idea now I do that, you know, all that shit was to try to fucking set up that person's grandfather. Yeah, everything just at this point, I don't even feel good. Like I said, I don't feel exactly good, but that's what I'm saying. This is like fucking. It's what I mean. It's what I fucking mean.